Hey, all you cool cats and kittens out there. I'm afraid we may have missed the roaring. I was so startled. Yeah, that was such good roaring, Zeus. Oh my goodness. I didn't know you roared. I hardly ever hear you. You did such a great job. So I'm headed out looking for whoever is doing evening meds tonight, and the snack cats and the evening feedings, so that you guys can come along with us. Tanya, I'm so glad you finally got a live feed. Hey, Karen from Indiana and Jade DeRue, hello. Thank you everybody for joining us. I'm very, very sad today because my favorite Bobcat shoes, I got too close to the wire where they're working out there and I ripped the whole side of them. So I'm going to have to buy another pair because I love them. I love them so much, and I just hate that I tore the whole side out of it. I got a call right in the middle of that. So I don't know if you guys could see anything during that very long call or not. I was talking to the people who are installing our live webcams out here. Can you guys hear me now? Luana's telling me the broadcast stopped, but I have the feeling that the text just got here a little late. He saw my shoe. He saw me whining about my shoe. I tore up my shoe. All right, people are saying that it's frozen, so I'm going to start over. Hey everybody, we're back, and it's even better because we're back with Chelsea. And Luana said one of the things you guys wanted to know about was how do our shirt levels work? And so since she is the resident trainer of everybody and knows that stuff a lot better than I do, I figured you might want to hear it directly from her.
Yeah, so all of our volunteers start out as red shirts. Red shirts have a minimum of 4 hours a week that they need to work, and so that's 16 hours a month total. They need to, they'll get to work with up to lynx and smaller sized cats. After they have been a red shirt for 6 months, they can apply to become a yellow shirt. Yellow shirts are required to work 6 hours a week, so that's 24 hours a month. And then they get to work with cougars, and they get to do some of the upper level, more complicated things like enrichment, operant, and feeding at the yellow stage. Then once they have been a yellow for a year, they move to green shirt. Green shirt is required to do 8 hours a week, and they can work with lions, tigers, and leopards and everything down. And then once they have been a green shirt for 4 years, they can apply to become a master keeper, which is our navy blue shirt. That's basically someone who can run the sanctuary if our staff are not available. They know everything there is to know. They can help with all the complicated things that we need to do. And they have to work a minimum of 10 hours a week, so that's 40 hours a month. So these are very, very difficult things to keep up with. It seems like, oh, 4 hours a week, that's nothing. But you'd be surprised when you're trying to fit it into your day-to-day life. It can be really hard. We also then have interns who are the royal blue shirts, and they come for 12 weeks. They work full-time, 6 days a week, up to 10 hours a day, and they will learn exactly the same things in exactly the same order that our volunteers work. The difference is because they're here all day, every day, they learn it faster. So otherwise, that's pretty much everybody.
And when people come out, if somebody wanted to volunteer, what would they have to do?
So to volunteer, you do have to have attended a tour. Doesn't matter which tour, you can choose any tour you'd like, but you do have to have come to a tour so you understand what Big Cat Rescue is all about. Then you're going to fill out an application online. Just go to our volunteer page and there's a link right there. And then we will invite you to an orientation. An orientation is the last Saturday of every month. And then after orientation, we're going to ask you what days you're available, and from there you'll start taking your classes and getting trained.
And how do you fit into that early training part of what goes on here?
So the first month that you're here is a lot of classes, and it can be very overwhelming and very scary trying to figure out. So that's my job, is I help all of our new people figure out what classes they need. I schedule their teachers for them. I answer any questions and just kind of make them feel comfortable so that as they move in through the process, they can start taking all the classes they need to get to the keeper side, and then by then they don't need me anymore. They're up and running all on their own.
And how do you fit in with the kitten program?
I don't. I just play with kittens.
Well, that's how you fit in. You take people in there.
I do. I take some of the new volunteers in there, although lately we've been really busy with projects, so we haven't had as much time to take them in. But I do, for my own sake, like to go in there and hang out with the kittens every so often. You know, it's just good therapy all the way around for everybody, so we try to encourage as much as possible people to go in and hang out with them.
And how did you actually start here?
Well, I came as a guest 5 years prior to when I actually started. And then I started...
Really? 5 years before you started?
5 years before I started.
You were like, what, 4?
No, I had just graduated from high school, I think, at that point. And a friend of mine who lives in Florida brought us out here as a surprise. And for some reason that stuck in my head. So when I decided to change careers, because I used to work in neurology, I wanted to work with animals, and Big Cat was the first place I thought of. I came as an intern in 2009, and before I finished my internship, a job opening opened up, and I've been here ever since. So that was 8 years ago.
They're asking how Monty's doing.
Monty is great. Monty has a girlfriend. Her name is Cinnamon. She used to belong to Lauren. Lauren had a pair of sisters, and one of them unfortunately had cancer and passed away. So we moved Cinnamon in. They aren't together in the same place because I don't want babies, but they share that awesome castle of theirs, and they sniff each other and interact supervised, where I know they aren't going to make any babies. And they're doing great. He's loving life. He's spoiled rotten. It's ridiculous. So.
Can you spay and neuter rats?
You can neuter rat. I've talked to Justin. Justin pretends not to get my messages, so I'll see how well I can manage that. Jamie volunteered him without talking to him yet, so I'm still trying to get that all figured out. But yeah, I've neutered a rat before so that he could have some girlfriends.
Not you yourself.
No. I have had a vet neuter a rat that I owned previously. And it does really well. It's an easy surgery, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's just a matter of getting that done.
They're asking how old Monty is.
He's still pretty young, because I've had him maybe 6 months or more, maybe a little, I'm not right around that. And he was still pretty young then, so less than a year, I would say.
Great. Something else I saw when you drove up, you had this cool bag.
This is actually the old version of the cool bag. This was the original. The newer version actually tells you who the paw prints all belong to.
Oh, so this is like a collector's item now.
Yeah.
You can't get that anymore.
This was the one that Jamie made for herself, and I happened to see it. So I ordered it because I thought it was cool. And then people kept saying they wanted to know who the paw prints were, because these are our cat's actual paw prints. So the new one has little labels underneath all of the paw prints.
Wow. You can see the little imprints of each one of their little toes. So cute. Oh my goodness.
And there's a nice muted kind of snow leopard pattern in the background.
It is. I didn't see it till I was looking through the screen here. Oh, that's cool. So it's like black on black with the bright paw prints.
Yeah, so I loved it. It was one of the ones I happened to snag.
Thank you so much for giving us that detail on the shirt levels.
You're very welcome. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
All right, bye.
They got a lot done on the catwalk today. Like every day, it's been crazy busy here today. And what they're doing is tearing down all of the wire that was in the water, because over time it'll start to rust, and so we don't want any tigers to get loose. So we've taken off all of the, well, almost all of the wire that goes down into the water. They still have a little bit more in the back corner there to take down. Actually, the corner on the left and the corner on the right. And we're going to replace all of that with stainless steel, which is ridiculously expensive. And then we've torn all the old wood off of the catwalk out there. And you can see they're starting to put the new wood on. And it was those little pokies right there that tore up my Bobcat shoes this morning. I went a little too close, like that, and skidded the side. That stuff will cut right through you too, so I was really lucky I didn't cut my foot. This is what the new deck's going to look like. It's going to be a lot wider. We're actually going to have it big enough for wheelchairs, and that way we can allow the public to come out here and see this beautiful view. And you can see, if you were standing up on that deck and looking down into the tiger area over there, how beautiful that is. It looks horrible right now because we've pumped the water way down so that we could work. We pumped it into the lake over there on the other side of the land bridge, and we will put it back over here once we're through. hoping they'll get that done pretty quickly. And then you guys probably noticed, if you watch our cameras at explore.org/bigcatrescue, that we hardly have any cameras up right now. And the reason for that is that Explore is upgrading our live webcams. I'm so excited. We're getting better cameras with much better sound, and they're working on the Bobcat rehab area right now. They're putting 2 live webcams out there in Bobcat rehab. One is going to be where the baby bobcats are, or the very short area for bobcats who have a broken leg and have to be kept in a small space. And then the other camera is going to go out in the long run that's like 200 feet long and 20 feet wide. And that's going to be really, really awesome. So you guys will be able to flip back and forth between those cameras and see everything that's going on. There's a third section in between the smallest section and the biggest section, but I think just 2 cameras is going to be enough that you can see into that area from either one of those other cameras. And then they're taking the camera that was over here at Tiger Lake and using it out there in Bobcat rehab as the secondary camera. So we have no Tiger Lake camera right now, and tomorrow or the next day they're going to be taking down the vacation rotation camera because they're replacing it, and it's going to be a better camera with more infrared so you guys can see the cats at night. That's going to be true of all the new cameras that they're putting in, and I think it might even have sound. So I know you guys will love that because it's right next to Joseph and you can hear him roar all the time. Hi, Seth. Can I come say hello with you? It's okay. You're such a good boy. Yeah, they're getting you something to eat right now. Gonna get you some treats. Seth's gonna have some treats. Yeah, you guys are gonna love seeing little Nova. She's a little doll pie. I never see her. I see just a glimpse of her as she goes flying away if I go driving by on my cart. Oh dear. Did it just make the Seth fall over? Another thing we're going to do in vacation rotation is try and lower that camera. One of the things that's really bothersome about it is the camera's up so high that once the trees start filling out like they are this time of year, then it's hard to see through the tree leaves a lot of times. So this way we'll be down below the lowest levels of the trees, I'm hoping, and give you guys a much better view. Cynthia, she looks like a little adult now. You know that Seth does have some very, very big paws, don't you? Mandy, my husband would say it was my breath that knocked him over. God knows I have horrible breath. He does not have hiccups. Just breathing hard because it's so hot. Another thing that Luana said for me to remind you guys, I'm going to make it our Facebook question of the day. So there is a 3-word URL that will direct people to our live webcams. There's several ways to get to them, but there's one that's really easy. It's 3 easy words followed by .com. And if you're the first person to go to bigcatrescue.org/win and put in that complete URL, the 3 words.com, that will get you to all of the different addresses of our different live webcams, then the winner, if you've never won before, will win a day tour pass, your choice of a day tour pass, which is valued at $36, or any one item from either one of our online stores. So you could buy that great bag that Chelsea had, or I think even these Bobcat shoes are cheaper than that. So any one item from either one of our stores over at bigcatrescue.biz or catrescue.biz, if you're the first person to get it right and you've never won before. Even if you have won before, if you get it right, you can still tick a little checkbox that Luana puts on there for a free photo that she will send to you, a high-res photo of one of our cats, and she tries to change it out every day. David, I do not know why these things are freezing up so badly. I haven't changed any of the settings on my phone. Same Wi-Fi service, or not Wi-Fi, but same cellular service. I've tried a number of different things like Speedify that combine Wi-Fi and your cell service, and those just don't work because I keep moving between services. There's different internet signals out here, and so it would freeze up every time I'd swap over to a different one. So now I'm running entirely off of my cell phone service, but it's still early in the month and I still got plenty of data left on my plan, so I don't understand why it keeps freezing up. If anybody is an expert in that arena, let me know, but there's been no changes to my phone or to my settings on Facebook. I heard that Seth got a bloodsicle earlier. That helped him cool off. Tia, I'm so glad you love your rhinestone tiger shirt. Seth, if you're just going to sleep there, buddy, we're going to go see if there's anything happening in food prep. Diana, I don't know if there's any data plan that I could purchase that has any more data on it than what I have. I had to, Big Cat Rescue has a shared plan where I forget how many gazillibytes they all share, and I had to take myself off of that plan and buy a plan entirely just for my phone, just for the Facebook Live, so that I wouldn't run out of data. And even with that one, 2 months I have run out like on the last 2 days of the month, but I'm still real early into May, so it can't be that. Kathy, I'm so happy you love your Advocat shirt. Speaking of shirts, modeling for you out here. This is Arthur and Andre with the butterfly, and I like this style of shirt because it's very girly, and I'm kind of a hysterically feminine person. It's called the dolman sleeve, and then it's long. As you can see, there's my keys. Always got a bunch of keys on, but you can see the 2 tigers and the butterfly. And that's over at catrescue.biz. I love the material. It's really nice and soft. Paula was talking about how soft her tank top was. Look how busy all of you are. All right, I've interviewed everybody out there. Seth, Chelsea. I hate these floors. We have to hire a steamer like every 2 months to come here and steam them to get them like that one tile looks. But it's got this, I wanted something with a really rough surface so people wouldn't slip. And unfortunately, it just keeps all of the dirt trapped in it. Do you love those or what? I know! At catrescue.biz. So as much as they mop and mop and mop, it's really hard to get that clean. Yeah, the only thing that'll bring it up out of those little crevices is the steamer. So Afton is going to be handing out evening meds tonight, if she gets that glove on. Kind of looked like a Jim Carrey moment there. Gina, I saw you feeding Gabrielle. Were you doing snack cats today?
I was feeding Gabrielle did not eat much for breakfast.
Oh.
So I went back to
Do you want me to step out?
I went back out to fill in what she did not.
Did she finish?
Wonderful. Yes, she finished everything.
Great.
That she always does when I go back out. And so did Keisha.
Oh, good.
Yes, one of our heat cats. And Colleen ate her diet as well. The only one I could not get to eat was Cameron.
Really?
Wonder why. Not like he's difficult. Yeah, not at all. He's so easy to feed.
Lions.
I'm being sarcastic. He's the most hard-headed cat we have, I think.
Who, Cameron?
Oh, yes.
No, he's so good for me. But that's why I offered to feed him over. Last place
I'm going to step outside. I step on the line there. I'm being chased by a moth. If I were a cat, I'd have issue with
How
that.
does that feel to get chased out by a
buckets of goodies.
Ooh, it looks like the intern brigade is coming back from tours.
Do I have room for these?
Sure. Would you rather I sit on the back?
That's up to you.
Are you putting food back there too?
No.
Oh, well, I'll do that then.
Come around and I would lose it and not even realize.
Oh,
And we're all set.
look at that brand new shovel there. Thank you very much to the person who sent that True Temper shovel. And I think there's 2 more Fisker shovels that are coming from one of our wonderful camera watchers. Thank you very much for that. So I know we'll have 3 shovels. My brother was telling me today that his shovel's not looking so good. It's like, man, we're hard on shovels. And I'll try to remember to show it to you when we're out there later. But we just ordered a ton of...
Biggest med stick ever. It was so tall that I had to pry it off the ceiling.
It's taller than the
So,
building.
there's no getting away from me.
Out in the middle of vacation rotation.
From everywhere. Like, how am I supposed to do this?
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that, like 3/4 molded?
Man,
That's funny.
it's like 7 feet long. Oh god, okay. I'm a little bit on the injured list today,
What'd you do?
and I'm trying to be considerate on my clothes choice so I could cover it up, because I fell off of a boat onto barnacles and oyster bed,
Oh my goodness.
and it looks like I may have had a run with one of our cats, and I didn't want the guests to think that, because that would not happen. So
Everybody's
I'm like,
been asking, what happened to Gail? What happened to Gail?
I know.
It's like, it was not a cat.
And it literally like looks like scratches, but it goes from here all the way to my butt, all the way,
Oh, those look painful.
and
Oh,
it goes
I can't turn this.
all the way up to here, and then I have them on my wrist
Oh,
and on my other knee.
barnacles hurt
Oh,
like heck. And then
man.
it's salt water in it.
Well, see, what was bad is like because of the salt water, I didn't realize, and everybody's like, "You're bleeding." I'm like, "I'm what?" They're like, "You're bleeding everywhere," and I looked down, and it was like a waterfall going down my leg. It's like, "Oh, shark bait! Oh god!"
Shark bait.
I'm like terrified of sharks. That's exactly the first thing I thought was, "Oh no!" Like I'm gonna attract all the wrong guests. Oh, I'm always here to make things interesting, I feel. So apparently Seth is scared of everybody, so I'm just gonna let him know it's there and leave him alone.
Hey,
I went to
you're not scared
check on him
anymore.
this morning, and he ran in the den and hid from me and was peeking around the corner. And I was like,
Aww.
"Look, Bub, hey." Oh, I know I'm not scary. I know.
Violet, he was sedated on Saturday for 11 teeth that had to be removed. He had 11 bad teeth. He actually has more bad teeth than that. It's just they couldn't keep him asleep for more than 3 hours. Chris says one of these days they want to see that glorious auburn hair of yours. You just can't tell how long it is, all wrapped up in a ball.
Oh, man. And I had it down all day today.
Really?
Yeah, and then it got hot.
And we missed it.
We missed it. It's really long. Every 3 years I donate it to cancer, and we're at the 3-year mark, but I think I chose to wait 1 more year because it hasn't bothered me yet, but then last week and then like July, August, I'm over it. It's like a blanket, like.
Jamie's got like that mermaid hair that she just always has to wear it up, otherwise it's in everything.
And yeah, and mine's like, hers is curlier than mine, but mine's naturally curly too, so sometimes it's really hard to maintain. So I just wad it on the top of my head and call it a day. Kind of snacks. Now we just have to eat them. It's the main goal.
This is Divinity, so Divinity is not going to want me anywhere near that. So let's see if we can see somebody else while she does that. Do I see Bailey Bobcat up there in the tunnel? It's breezeway Bobcat. It's breezeway Bobcat ignoring me is who it is. This is the entrance to the tour, so people come out that door and the very first thing they see is breezeway Bobcat. I'm a little close. How's that? Now we can see your cute toes. I see those cute toes. Actually, that's not breezy. I said breezeway Bobcat. We do have a breezy Bobcat, but that was, I think that was Bailey Bobcat. I was looking straight into the sun, so I'm not sure. Where's Smalls? Where's that Smalls Bobcat? There goes Nabisco. Sorry, buddy, I have nothing for you. Where's your girlfriend? There she is. There's a girl. You being all chirpy? You're so purry. You're the purriest. They love you, Nabisco. They love your Mrs. Claus, too. Alright, everybody. I just got a call. I got to go let somebody in the front gate. So I am going to have to go, and hopefully I will be back to start this back up later. Who says Cameron's hard?
Okay, good, bud.
over here? What's over here, Cameron?
I got it. No, it's funny. You little slobber monster. Are you sure you don't want this?
Oh, it's very yummy. You will like it. You can catch it yourself.
Only want it. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. All right. What? Sticky face. Hey. Oh, you like that? You don't want Blue to have it. You have to eat it. Am I gonna have to come pick it up after I get done with Joseph? Nope. Okay. Good job. See? Why do people have such a hard time eating, Cameron? That was full when I got here.
There's only a couple pieces left.
Yeah, great success. I guess they tried 5 times today.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Misses. Nope, he gets real protective of the birds. Hey, 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 hey.
Not a good idea.
We'll do it. You know better. I'll just pretend I don't see him. If I chuck at him, he'll share with me. Bye, Karma.
Good night.
Hi, good night.
Can you balance that on your head?
Oh, yeah. Try it.
My grandmother used to make me walk with books on my head all the time. That's why I walk the way I
Little
do.
lopsided, is it heavy on one side?
It's much heavier on left.
It's not full of kittens, right?
No,
Okay,
just a
that'd be
bunch of
hard.
stuff that I bought and would love to break.
Oh, I don't want you to break anything.
No, with the wind, it's making me nervous.
Oh, nope.
I
We'll
love
try with
how
something else
lopsided
later.
You have to make it.
Maybe I need it. Is the side of my head more flat?
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, a couple seconds. I'll take it.
Good
You guys
night.
can leave the gate open, please.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I need to get out there too. I think it's quite beautiful here. And the cats are certainly the gemstones and the crown of this sanctuary.
Hi, Joseph. You gonna eat dinner?
Oh, Kathleen, we need the rain so badly.
I hear you, buddy.
He's ready for his dinner. Come on, bud. Yeah.
Come on, bud. Oh, yeah. Come on in. Come on, buddy. Good job. I can't even get it on your plate. I'm supposed to put it on your plate. Oh boy. Here, what about this? Not this guy. Now I can put food on your plate. Pull it in. You're a good boy. There you go. Buys me some time to feed him on his plate. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. I think that's just the first one. He's sneaking in without getting his hair all chickeny.
Karen wants to know if he's been eating more on this regimen. Or is it just more at one time?
He's done really good for the past week. It's been like increasing even. Don't do that, don't do that. Catherine's actually been keeping a spreadsheet because her and I are Joseph sensitive. So we like to see what kind of he eats on average, so I know that she pays attention to it. Yeah, I think last night, he ate like over 7 pounds in one sitting? That usually is not the case.
Oh, that crunching, man.
We'll just start with that. I want to put a good turkey wing in his mane.
Lori wants to know how much you just offered him, or how much you'll be offering him.
We always offer 10. Because whether he eats it or not, at least it was offered to him. So I offer him 10. I have another big turkey wing in here. I just don't want to be rude. Shove it in his hair. So I might offer it with the tongs. Yummy. It's awfully nice he lets us stand here and do this. A couple years ago, I don't think that would have been the case because he used
Absolutely
to be growling
not.
outside the door. He got so used to being tongue fed that I think that he doesn't care anymore. Oh, if not this one. Well,
He never used to let me get near him, but now that I come with you guys at feeding time, he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, well, it's all right.
maybe that's what Justin should do.
Yeah. He'll just have to do Facebook Live for a while.
Ew, 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 ew. So foamy, gross. Ew. What else you got?
Need to create some kind of like little fuzzy windscreen sock that I can hold over the edge of the phone here.
Oh,
The wind just makes
yeah.
a horrible noise on the iPhone.
what else you got? Okay. Like I have more of that you're trying to lick up. Jojo Bear. Okay, yeah, do it. Joseph, you want this one?
Yes, ma'am. I will have that.
Good, that weighs more than everything else on there. Yeah, eat that. It's so crazy the amount of different kinds of meats that we keep readily available all the time now that we never used to have, like pork and turkey, because they just start to want different things.
They're asking how we knew that he liked ice cream.
I don't know, and I forgot that I got emailed that question I was going to ask.
I think it was the previous caregivers that
Was
told
it?
us. We wouldn't have been trying that.
No, I don't see why we would be like, we have ice cream for cats. Like,
Never. Because I remember the first time we wanted to offer it to him, it was like we had to get approval from the vets, and they were like, well, they really shouldn't be eating that.
Yeah.
Once or twice will be okay. Cat Curly wants to know why Joseph's not on the feeding tour.
he is not on any tour because he doesn't like large groups of people, strangers, pretty much the majority of people
Thursdays.
he knows. Like he doesn't
Like anything.
He likes a handful of people, and I think all of them are like meds people because I think that's who he gets really attached to. You saw me Saturday when I was sitting here with him. He drove by a couple times. I was playing music for him. It puts him right to sleep. So I just sat for 10 minutes and we did music. Figured that was a good way to end my long Saturday. Don't lose focus. Did you watch the video yet?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I loved it. It was hilarious.
And I had more even. And I was like, so I tried to pick the cutest ones.
So much of it I didn't remember ever seeing, even though it said it was the best of Pharaoh. Like, it sounded like you had used it before.
In the 2.5 years that I've been using him for enrichment was kind of like a compilation of it. Because we were doing the recycling Earth Day, and I like looked at Jamie, I was like, I could do an entire video about this cat because everything you give him, he really likes it. And he's always so cute about it. So I decided that we are going to make that happen.
Debbie, the reason that we feed the cats in this small area is so that if we need to give them flea medication, we can just drop it right in on their back. If the vet needed to see him, we could shut that door. See the guillotine door right behind him? We could shut that so that he would be confined in this little box. So they could give him injections or look him over very carefully. We've had some cats that have had ear infections and we've had to treat them, and so getting them to stick their ear out the side when they're in that small space makes it easier. His cage goes up to the front there where you see that big moon-shaped or half moon-shaped platform, and then the tall platform, and then it comes around and he's got a concrete den. I'm always blown away by the fact that people see the cat eating in that box and they think that's the cat's whole cage. It's like, really? Really? Is this the only thing you're seeing? And then it's got this area out here as a pool, and usually there's water coming in from the pool. You can see that pump back behind there. It brings water up out of the 18-acre lake behind him, and so it's always fresh, and then it goes through that spillway back out to the lake, but those pumps only run during the day, so they're off for now. And then he's got another platform back here where he loves to spend time up on the top platform looking out over the lake. And then all of these enclosures are joined by these little short tunnels to the next enclosure over. So the space that I just showed you, he's got another cage the same size on the other side there. In fact, you can see, if I stick you through the wire, you can see down there there's another tunnel that goes out into that cage. And then if you can see that barn-shaped building, there's another long cage that goes all the way to the far end of that building. I think that building's 60 feet long. So he's got 2 cages plus that long space out there, and all of it lakefront property, 3 times as much space as I have in my house. But we agree, these guys do not belong in cages, and you can help us put an end to the breeding. It's the people who are using them as cub petting props that are the problem, and we can stop that breeding by going to bigcatact.com. bigcatact.com. He does not get to hunt live prey because he's never going to be able to go back to the wild, so there's just no use in putting a live animal through that kind of torment, even though he might enjoy that. We do give live prey to the bobcats who are being rehabbed for release back to the wild because we have to make sure that they can hunt. But these guys are never going to be able to hunt because they were born in cages, and any cat born in a cage can never be set free. If you go to bigcatrescue.org/go-free, it'll tell you all about why. They're asking why he's making that face.
It's something, Cameron does it too. When they get to chewing on something or they're about done eating, they do this crazy thing with their tongue and mouth, and then they walk off. That means I'm done face. You sure? Look, there's our boob up. He's like looking for any kind of turkey scrap left on there.
I think you ate all the turkey. I'm surprised they can tell turkey from chicken. Back when I used to eat them both, I couldn't tell them apart.
Yeah, I don't know how they're able to tell. It's raw meat.
Oh, we like you drinking. You drink so funny. Okay. Backing up.
Log rally.
You splash more than you drink.
Is that it? Do you not know?
They do get hairballs, and they are disgusting because they're big and hairy.
Keep going, bud.
So Afton will put the door down and pull the food out and take it back up front and weigh it.
Ooh, oh. Ooh.
All right, well, I am out of battery. Thank you very much, Afton. This was fun.
Not a problem.
Look at this grass trying so hard to grow on that little bit of rain.
So hard. Oh, Joseph, you need a nest, though. And it's slimy. Yeah. Slobber monster.
Matthew, there is a Joseph shirt over at catrescue.biz, but we do need a better one. The one that I put up there is just a photo of him on a shirt, on several different kinds of shirts actually. But I'd like something a little bit more artistic.
Jojo, that was really slobbery.
That is a hint, Jade and Matthew. Jade and Matthew are two of our t-shirt artists over at catrescue.biz. Kelsey, I love that Cats Are Kings shirt. All right, Joseph. Good night.